Before the round started, I noticed I had an Uncaged Fury in there over a Deranged Whelp, and that was not what I meant to do. So we have swapped that back out. And I don't have the Incendiary Flow in either. That's just wrong. See a Banquet? No, thank you. Wow, so if you just watch the draft portion, you actually should be screaming at your screen right now. But I caught it before we went in, because I would have been really sad to draw that. Is there anything else I missed? Because that's just awful. No. Although we do have some good sideboard cards, and I don't even think it's unreasonable. I didn't talk about it in the build, but it's not unreasonable to play a card like Prophetic Ravings. We've got almost enough Madness cards to care. We've got some big stuff in our deck where we're like, kind of be nice to be able to discard that if we have it early. So like I could see an argument for playing this too, but I'm certainly glad that like Incendiary Flow and Deranged Whelp are two cards I would like to have in this deck. Uncaged Fury and Styncia Banquet are two cards I would not like to have in this deck. So glad about that. Also got a Field Creeper if we need to bring it in. That is a thing that we could do. And we are back. I don't think I actually want to play first with this deck. It seems more like a draw deck to me. The downside of that is if somebody is able to do something fast and kill me, then I just lose. But I don't think this deck is looking to win fast. I don't think it's going to have a lot of aggressive draws. And I think it's probably more interested in just like stabilizing, removing their bombs, and eventually winning. We will see. Yes, we will see. Like at this pace, we're just fine. Like imagine we were on the play, we'd be getting in for nothing with our nothing. Right on time, Throbbing Purebloods. Or Throbbing Foulbloods. I'm just going to lead with the Stallion of Ashmouth. I think it's most likely to be able to attack, and it's also just a very low value creature in our deck. It leaves me the possibility to Incendiary Flow something and play the Foulbloods next turn if there's something that we care about. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think the world I'm living in wants me to do anything other than just cast the Bidding here. That does play a little better against a single removal spell. So if our opponent's on the kind of the same game plan we are, they should be playing something worth removing here. And these zombie tokens can maybe get in for, you know, 6 or 10 points of damage before it matters. A little scared of a Spreading Flames from our opponent, not gonna lie, but it would be a 2-for-1 technically. And we would be sad, but such is life. Or they would just like to let us know that they were playing a 2-color deck and didn't get there. I definitely appreciate the information. Thank you for letting me know. My guess would be they're splashing Certain Death in their red-white deck. Now that actually makes our sideboarding plan interesting, because now I know I'm playing against somebody who wants to be aggressive and they just got a bad draw. And that means I'm probably way more interested in something like a Field Creeper than I have any right to be. So like it's difficult for me not to do something like this. And maybe even want to get rid of the Cryptolith Fragment for the Make Mischief, because they just revealed a hand of basically all 1 toughness creatures to me. So this changes the this changes the deck a lot. Makes it very different than it was. But I kind of want to do that, given that hand reveal there. Like I could see it, I probably would have if we just played that and they played it out and I eventually killed them. I'd just have assumed they had double black cards in hand. So there's a good reason not to reveal your hand, even if it's accidental, and probably not to scoop, because I would have brought in Vessel of Malignity. against them, thinking I was playing a very similar deck to my own. But instead, now we actually get some interesting sideboard options here, and I'm happy to take them. That makes me think we're going to need a 2-drop in hand. Although the Foul Bloods will do alright. Like, we just have to accept going in. We're going to take 6 damage from the Fox they play on turn 2. And it's going to suck. We're not going to like it, but that's just what's up. Dark Salvation helps a little bit. I will absolutely fire that off to kill a Fox. Or not. That is interesting. That is an interesting plan that you have there. There's Field Creeper. Just a little late to the party, but he still showed up. And maybe he brought like some tasty wine. He's like, I'm sorry I'm late, guys, but I brought this Riesling and some flowers and a baguette. I'm like, oh, okay. You can come on in. Just keep on be creeping. It's cool. It's kind of the weirdest art I've ever seen. Just rattling in its head to create a haunting rhythm that chills the bones. That's the scariest Goblin Piker the world has ever seen. So I don't think there's any 2-drop. What basically the thought here is, do I run out the Mad Prope and attack with it or not? Like, I actively have 5 mana cards, so like looting is always correct. Rummaging is not. I think hitting for 5 damage is, and even if they kill it, it's not like, Ermagerd, you got me. Like, if they got a Silver Strike, whatever. It sucks. It doesn't not suck. Because I'd really love to have Alchemist Greeting in my hand with a Mad Prope, but you also have to attack to kill your opponent. You got me. I would have killed the Prophet, or I them. But I suppose that's just not the world we live in, is it? Alright, so what does this actually do? You can scry with it. So you can kind of ramp up and cast spells. So I could cast a 3-drop here. Like, I kind of just want to Dark Salvation for 2 and kill that and get in. That's very aggressive. It's not aggressive. Like, I'm not convinced that my mana is best served otherwise. Now, I get that they can use a 3-drop on this guy, but again, I'm just kind of not sold. This is not what I thought we would be facing down. But at 3 cards left in their deck, in their hand, like, what if they got for 3 mana that they're going to use to interact with the Prophet? Maybe a combat trick, which is fine. We're still trading for a card. Okay, or an Angelic Purge. Well, I think now we can probably say we don't want this Field Creeper. Because I'm not sure what that's doing. Yeah, that works. We still get our zombies. That is an interesting use of Brain in a Jar. I will give them that. Also, we have a few Delirium cards, and I guess the Field Creeper helps us get towards that, and then there you go. Was planning on Innkeepering their red. And then attacking, because there's no reason to leave it open. But don't leave your brain in a jar, folks. It's not a safe place. See you for the next round in just a moment.